What's going on, Unbox Nation? Hope you guys are doing great as always. In today's video, we will be unboxing and reviewing DJI OSMO Mobile 4 or DJI OM4. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell button for future tech content and giveaways. So let's go and do the OSMO Mobile 4 unboxing. In the box we have DJI OM4 phone gimbal, DJI OM4 magnetic phone clamp, DJI OM4 tripod/grip, USB-C power cable, OM4 magnetic ring holder, DJI storage pouch, wrist strap, and manuals. And all of this comes included with every DJI OM4 for $149. When it comes to the specifications, folded DJI OM4 is 163mm by 99.5mm by 46.5mm. And unfolded DJI OM4 is 276mm by 119.6mm by 103.6mm, and it weighs 390 grams without DJI clamp or ring attached. Together with the magnetic clamp, DJI OM4 weighs 423 grams. The tripod that comes with the DJI OM4 is 138mm by 32mm, and its weight is 72 grams. It doesn't have the best quality in my opinion, however, the OM4 has a standard 1/4-inch tripod thread, so you can swap it out for a sturdier set of legs if you prefer. DJI OM4 has 2450 mAh battery, which you can charge via USB-C charging. It takes 2.5 hours to fully charge with 10-watt charger, and DJI OM4 has 15 hours operating time. The battery, however, cannot be replaced, so you'll probably notice some degradation over time. DJI OM4 is also capable of charging your device via USB-A. When it comes to the DJI OM4 mechanical range, its pen capability is -161.2 degrees to 171.95 degrees. Roll is -136.7 degrees to 198 degrees. And tilt is -106.54 degrees to 235.5 degrees. DJI upgraded the internal motor of the Smart 4 gimbal, which allows the DJI gimbal arm to handle larger, heavier phones. The OM4 can handle a phone that weighs over 300 grams. It seemed to have no problem handling my Note 20 Ultra, which is one of the bigger phones on the market, at 220 grams. DJI OM4 max control speed is 120 degrees a second, almost as fast as you would smash that like button for this video, guys. You can operate DJI OSMO Mobile 4 wirelessly via low energy Bluetooth 5.0. There is two types of magnetic mounts included in the box with the DJI OM4. The first is a metal clamp that weighs 32.6 grams. You snap it around the edge of your phone and then snap the clamp to the magnetic arm mount of the gimbal. The DJI clamp is pretty heavy duty. However, if you want to use the clamp, you will have to take off the case of your phone if you want the clamp to work correctly. Otherwise, you will have a hard time attaching it to your device. With the clamp on your phone, you can snap your phone on and off the gimbal arm whenever you like. The second magnetic mount included in the box is a DJI ring holder that weighs 11.4 grams. DJI provides cleansing wipes, protective stickers, and a guide to help attach the ring to your phone. With the ring, you can actually stick it to the smartphone directly, where it will permanently sit. Once it's attached, you can snap your phone straight onto the gimbal whenever you need without needing to clamp it first. The clamp-free system has a little advantage: less calibration. Every time you put your phone in the DJI OM4 clamp, the gimbal needs to know where the level is and requires recalibration. The magnetic ring mount eliminates that by ensuring your phone is always exactly where it was. You only need to calibrate it once. And if you don't remove the sticky mount from your phone, you won't need to calibrate it again. Guys, comment down below which magnetic mount would you prefer to use with the DJI OM4. Would it be DJI OM4 clamp or DJI OM OM4 magnetic ring holder. DJI OSMO Mobile 4 is almost entirely made of plastic. However, it doesn't feel at all cheap. Construction quality is quite good. There's no question that the DJI smartphone gimbal is a premium device when you are holding it. The body is sturdy polycarbonate with rubberized pistol grip, which makes holding this lightweight gimbal comfortably. And OM4 has a motorized arm that pans and tilts your smartphone in an effort to counteract your shaky hand and arm movement. DJI opted for an off-white, light gray two-tone finish. DJI updated the connector to a magnetic spring-loaded metal clamp that we mentioned before in order to slim down the smartphone gimbal. Although made entirely out of metal, it is thin, lightweight, and premium looking. DJI OM4 magnet attraction is strong enough to keep the heavy phones like Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra in place, while also being easy enough to detach comfortably. When it comes to the features, DJI OM4 is loaded with them. The DJI OM4 features motor protection in case you'd like to let go of the smartphone gimbal because you'd like to smash that like button, or you move too fast, or in a weird way. When the DJI OSMO Mobile 4 detects something isn't right, it will place the motors into a limp state that protects them from being damaged and saves you from having to get it repaired. DJI OM4 has a standby mode, and it can be activated by holding down the mode button for a few seconds on the DJI OM4. It essentially stops the motors from trying to correct the movements and makes the gimbal limp. Often, when you use the OM4, you might not have a tripod with you to place it down on a surface. Instead, you can put it into standby mode and the gimbal will be fine sitting on any flat surface like a table until you are ready to use it again. Then, there are special pre-programmed shooting modes on the DJI OSMO Mobile 4. Time-lapse. Take still images at the set intervals between 0.5 seconds to 60 seconds in full second increments that start at 1 second and stitches the shots into 4K video. There's also a motion lapse option hidden in the DJI OM4 settings that allow you to set 4 waypoints with the joystick, getting you closer to the moving time-lapse look you can get with an interchangeable lens camera and motorized slider. Hyperlapse is a time-lapse captured video where you can move about freely and have complete control of the gimbal. Hyperlapse supports 720p and 1080p video. Dynamic zoom, which mimics the effects where the camera moves in or out so the background of the scene changes, but the subject stays centered in the frame. It's usually achieved by the camera operators moving the camera forwards or backwards while also zooming in or out to keep the subject equally filling the frame. Active Track 3.0. You simply tap and drag a box over an object you want to track, and the app will pan the gimbal to keep it on the subject while stabilizing your shot, or press the trigger one time with the subject in view. This then keeps the focus on that subject whether it moves or you move with the camera. The intelligent panorama feature is also incredibly handy. It would specifically be useful to real estate agents and architects. It allows for wider shots than even the widest ultra-wide smartphone camera can take. Then there's Clone Me, a neat new panorama mode that lets you place your subject in 3 different spots in panoramic shot within the same photo. You simply hit capture on the DJI OM4, make sure the subject is within the frame on the screen before the 5 seconds countdown stops, then move the subject to the next spot, doing the same thing again for a 3rd time. This feature will then help you produce a picture with your subject in 3 different spots. Spin shot makes DJI OSMO 4 rotate your phone for a spinning effect. It could be interesting for transitions and B-rolls. Finally, there's a story mode that offers short bursts of stylized video with names like fashion, cut, and leisure. This mode is probably the best thing about the DJI Mimo app. Story mode allows you to quickly make pro-looking edits on the fly, complete with a soundtrack. You simply follow the app's instructions to create each aspect of the clip, and then the app puts it all together for you. Guys, comment down below which one of the shooting modes would you personally use the most. Would it be the time-lapse, dynamic zoom, spin shot, or others? The location of the buttons on the DJI OM4 are pretty convenient and the controls are easy to use. The DJI OM4 power button is located in the main panel beneath the actuating arm of the gimbal. It is marked with the letter M for modes and a power sign at the top. You can switch the device on or off with a single long press. Once on, the button serves multiple functions. Press it once to scroll through the shooting modes, double tap it to switch the phone orientation between portrait and landscape format, triple tap puts the OM4 into sleep mode. To the left, next to the power button on the DJI OM4 main panel is a multi-directional pad that helps to pan or tilt your actuating arm in any directions. Right above the multi-directional pad, there's a battery light indicator. To the right, on the DJI OM4 main panel, there's also the red record/shutter button. When in video mode, press it once to start your recording, or press it whenever you'd like to take a picture in the photo mode. To the left of the main panel, on the side of the DJI OM4 handle, you'll find a zoom slider switch for zooming in and out. On the back of the smartphone gimbal, there's the multi-purpose trigger. Pressing and holding it locks the gimbal so that it'll keep the camera facing the same way. Then letting it go adds a little more flow to the movement. Pressing the trigger once smashes the like button on this video. Guys, just joking. Actually, when you press the trigger once, DJI OM4 launches active track and automatically focuses on a subject. Pressing it twice recenters the DJI OM4 gimbal. Pressing it 3 times switches it between front camera and back on your smartphone. On the right side is an exposed USB-C charging port, and above that there's a USB-A port that can help charge your device. Thank you very much for watching my video about DJI OSMO Mobile 4, guys. If you found this video helpful or just enjoyed it anyway, please hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm to push our video to the top so we can be helpful to many other viewers interested in this product. Subscribe and don't forget to smash the bell button to be notified for future awesome helpful tech content and giveaways, because once you guys help me reach 100,000 subscribers, I will be giving away tech from every new unboxing video, and all you have to do to win is be subscribed. Oh, and so why do you need the DJI OM4 gimbal? I think you should buy the DJI OM4 if you want the best gimbal for smartphone video. You'd like to start shooting your traveling adventures without any bulky equipment, and you have a use for cinematic video like for your job or hobby that brings some money. I think you don't need DJI OM4 if you don't film video very often, because most of the modern smartphones have plenty of stabilization if you're capturing video once in a while. Also, you don't need it because it is quite expensive gimbal, considering you can only use it for a smartphone.